Hey everyone, welcome to the Camppatton family compound. It's time for the Monday night Fireside chat where we talk about a bunch of things mainly involved with homesteading and stuff. And tonight's topic is, here's a short version of the title, non-electric lighting. But basically it's lighting without any form of electricity. And I got Laura here with me. Oh, she's eating. And let's. How you doing, Laura?
I'm doing good. How are you?
All right.
Hey, Skinner.
I saw your video this afternoon, and people who didn't see the video on the well, the output froze half a gallon a minute. Really isn't that bad because it's going to fill up. It's going to fill up in the hole a bit, and it's going to surge there. But if you just run like a solar powered pump on it and just have it filling up a big water tank constantly until that water tank's full, and that's what a lot of the ones are doing. One of the ones up here in up in Bonner County, Idaho. They built their cabin. They poured their foundation. Their crawl space is 4 feet tall. Mm-hmm. They dug a hole and sank a tank down under, so it's protected by the cabin, so it will never freeze.
We're gonna put it in the shop. So, but we're looking at another $3,000 to $5,000 for just the tank.
Yeah.
So after 20,000 plus.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
Ouch. Yeah.
Yeah. That's like someone else said there. It's having two wells on a property that size is probably a better idea. Question: something that popped up to me. I down there where that creek goes through, where Mabel gets stuck all the time. Mm-hmm. If you go down there with an excavator or a backhoe and dig down 20, 30 feet, I bet you would get water infiltrating in there, and you just put some gravel in there, drop a couple manhole barrels in, fill gravel up around it, and fill it up and stuff. I bet you it would fill up several feet, full of water all the time, so you have an emergency source there.
Yeah, we're probably going to do a pond. We know an area that runs off all the time, mm-hmm. because it's deep. Yeah. Area. So we're going to go there. So.
All right. Cool. All right. Now that we got some more people in here, let's go ahead and say hi to everybody. So first one in was Brenda at Duncan 1900 Homestead. And then Troop 1351 came in as lurking. Then Laura, you were saying hi to everybody. Glenn at How to Garden came in. Denise, Green Granny 2. Is Brother Donnie over at Prep for Eternity Homestead. Joe, Garden State Gardener's in the house.
Yeah.
And Kaylin Strain is here. CR, Creative Redundancy from North of the Border is here. And CR, I did send you the link, as well as Bob. I emailed you the link as well. Shift Kicker is in here. Just double check and make sure I'm not missing him as I scroll down. LG's in the house. So Kaylin Strange, I think everyone's talking. Scrolling down kind of fast. I don't want to skip anybody though. Everybody's talking. Where to Begin Homestead's in the house. And let's see here.
Courtney.
Wayne, the Ungrateful Peasant is in the house. Hey. And let's see here. Wayne's a permanent fixture. Well, sort of permanent fixture on Monday mornings over on Corsair's Trainers, Island of Misfit Toys Coffee Talk.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. Where are we? Lewis, it's the Marshmallow Man is here. Jay's in the house. Gear Grandin 19 is here. Courtney, the Wide Family Farm. And also should have got the email as well. Also, anybody that's part of Courtney's mod group, It's in there on the mod group and in Courtney's group chat. It's on both those. All righty. So I see a lot of green in here on the side. I like that. On the side, those in the chat, if you see that extra emoji next to the wrenches, that generally means that they're a channel member. And speaking of channel members, let me go ahead and shout them out here.
This ain't Camp Crystal Lake. We have fun here.
All right. Yeah. And those that don't know, I am a huge Halloween fan, just for the fun of poking fun at all the ghosts and goblins and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
All righty. So we're going to kind of jump into this here. And let me see, anybody else pop in here lately? Okay. Nope. It looks like everybody's here. Okay. All righty. At least we got a couple lurkers, so that's fine. All righty. Let's get over here. Back to this. And we'll talk about a few of these things. Oh, okay. First of all, the one on the left there, the light bulb, hey, that is gone because we're talking no type of electricity right now. So your flashlights ain't going to be working. Your LED lights ain't going to be working. We're talking, back, we're now back 200 years ago, power-wise. So candles.
Stone Age.
Candles was the first thing people think of. Oil lamps is the second. And there are hundreds of oil lamps. Something I found out today about oil lamps. The Aladdin lamp company during World War II, the government needed copper to make brass shell casings and stuff, and put a prohibition on stringing new copper wire. The Aladdin company got an exception to have access to copper. And they said, well, hey, people need light, all right? We need to make lamps. It takes a lot less copper to make a lamp than it does to string a power line a block. And so they had the exception in the country for access to copper. And there are a lot of World War II Aladdin lamps out there. If you can find one of those, you got yourself a treasure.
Yeah.
All right, and let's see. So, and I right now, my number one video, YouTube started pushing it about 6 weeks ago, is alternative fuels for oil lamps. And I talked all about the different ones. And since I made that 3 years ago, I found out that I knew there was a difference. I mean, I knew that there's K1, K2 for kerosene, different types. And then there is number 2 diesel fuel, which you buy at the pump. Number 2 diesel fuel, which is without the stuff on it for the road, which you use for farm tractors and stuff. And it usually has a higher sulfur content. But then there's number 1 diesel, which is very rarely used on the road. It's only used up in the Antarctica and down in over extreme cold all the way, because it has it has a lower freezing temperature than number 2 diesel, just because it's refined more. Number 1 diesel is the same as number 2 kerosene. Depends who they're selling on it, which label they throw on it. And then it goes from number 2 kerosene, number 1 kerosene, and then they start throwing crap in it, and you have all your JP fuels. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Of course, some of those they've stopped producing, but there's a lot of those. So those are interesting. There's all those fuels I mentioned. You can burn in an oil lamp. Some of them you don't want to do it indoors because of the additives they add to it. Yeah. All right. Besides the glass ones, so just good metal ones for all over the place. Once again, talked about candles. You don't see a candle holder like this anymore, where it's made to be carried around. Yeah. The candles that went in these candle holders had fat wicks, so they wouldn't go out as you're moving around. It's not like a birthday candle, which is meant to be blown out, right? Or a tapered candle that sits on the dining room table. These are some fat wicks, and one of these are meant to be moved around and not blow out. And they also produce more light. Something else for light. I wasn't going to throw the regular, light sticks that you break, but I saw these because I know people have a lot of these for parties and stuff. Emergency lighting. Yeah, it is. Yeah, and you can put it, and with something like these, you put one. If you have a stairs, you put one on each step, on each side. So you can see each step. Yeah, you know where each step is. Avoid falling. Or you do what Bob did. Yeah. Put the little candle lanterns up there. Yep. Here's an interesting candle. All right, side chat. Now get back over here. Oh, Tibor came in. Let's see who else popped in here. I forgot to put it back over there. Got Tibor, and that was it. That came in. Okay. Side chat. And I froze. What type of candle do you think this is? This is a scented candle. Sorry. This is a very special candle. Hi, Bob.
Hola.
And I'm going to see. I give him a few seconds, and I'm going to tell him it's organic.
Organic. So that means it's made out of Crisco?
No.
Vegetable oil?
No. Close.
Lard. It's made out of lard. No.
Very, 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 very close. What's the other one?
Tallow.
Tallow. Yeah. Yeah. And tallow burns a lot cleaner than lard does. Not a lot. It burns cleaner. And if it's really high quality tallow, a tallow candle will burn as clean or cleaner than a kerosene lantern. Oh, wow.
I found the ones that I've made out of Crisco vegetable shortening, they're cleaner than a regular candle made out of petroleum. They are cleaner. Yeah.
Yeah. So, there's those type. You get enough candles, your room gets bright. Of course, also if you get a lot of candles and you strategically place them around the house, leading into the bedroom and the bath and everything, you could make a nice romantic evening.
And up and down the stairs, right, Bob?
And little lanterns. Yep. You know it.
Well, I do now because of your video.
Yeah.
And let's see what else we got. All right. Okay. We got some safety issues here. Bob, looking at this picture, which one is the most safe candle here?
It's probably the largest one down at the bottom, at the base, but I don't do that. I make sure the wax gets caught. It has a vessel to be contained in, and put it in glass so it doesn't blow the wick out,
Yeah.
In fact,
We,
I brought some examples.
Yeah. Yeah. My mom had one that was kind of in between that the three wick one up on the little shelf thing, and the bottom one, it was in between in height. It had 5 wicks on it, and we burnt it one time and just let it go and go. The sides never melted.
Really?
Yeah.
Because it was so big around, and the wicks were in the middle. It burned down in the middle, and it slowed, but it left about like a 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch all the way down on the outside. Now, now the tall one on the left there, that's probably the least safe. Why? Well, height against base, tipping.
Yeah.
However,
And he froze. If you put it in a holder, it will be great.
Oh,
Boy, he's really frozen.
Oh, he is. Yeah.
There he is.
it was the video card that froze that time out with the camera, so I had to change my setting up.
Did you hear what I said?
He was in the Arctic for a little while, wasn't he?
Okay, what was I talking about before I froze?
I said if you put it in a holder, it would.
Okay, all right.
Well, how
Very
you want to
simple,
send me
very
money?
very simple holder for those tall candles. You get yourself a piece of 1x6 or 1x8 or a piece of 3/4 inch plywood or even 1/2 inch plywood. Make a square. Yeah, put a 16-penny nail up in it. Heat the nail up, and then quickly push the candle down on it.
Yep.
Hey, Ginger Ninja.
The ginger.
Yeah. So and what's amazing, and it's the big fat candles. I haven't seen them in Walmart lately, but Walmart used to sell them a bunch, especially back in the 90s and early 2000s, and even back into the 80s.
Now it's all about the fake candle.
Yeah. But if you sometimes you probably find those big ones at garage sales or estate sales. People just want to get rid of them.
That's what Bob does.
You got it. I got an example right here with me. Yeah, you bet. I buy my candles secondhand. Saves you a ton of money, man.
Yeah. This is a tweak on what the next one is, but this wick here is a fiberglass wick for a tiki torch. And there are companies making the adapters so you can just screw onto jars and stuff. And there's one company that makes a thing that goes onto wine bottles, a little brass piece on it and stuff.
Yeah.
Beware of the ones on Amazon, because I ordered it, went to put the wick that it came with it in it, and it just fell right back out again. It's like, really? A lot of good. You put that in your jar, it's going to fall right,
Yeah.
So. Right. But as you notice, this one here, it's down at the bottom. It's almost touching almost touching the bottom. All right. And when we go back, that you can use a number of things in there. You can use olive oil. You can use kerosene. You can use diesel fuel, number 1 diesel fuel. You can use regular lamp oil. You can use blends. You can use cooking oil, filter it, add a 10-to-1, add some regular lamp oil to it. It'll thin it out enough to make it burn and everything else. And the big wicks produce heat, so it helps vaporize it and keep it going.
Courtney sent you some love.
Yeah.
Oh!
With the CR, you said a spaghetti noodle can be used as a wick. Wow, coolness. Yeah. This Canadian dude, he's got some stuff up here. I'm telling you.
Yeah,
he does. He's got some of the jailbreak stuff going on. There you go. Here, is it okay if I show a couple things that I brought with examples for me?
Yeah. Let me go through the last couples here, and we'll jump into that. Now, you see the jars on the right there?
Yeah.
Same wick. They just took a regular lid, like off of a. Well, of course, now they're plastic on Mayo, but you can buy the metal lids. drill a hole in it. Use a step drill for electrician step drill. Get it the right size. Stick your wick in there, and boom.
There you go.
And you can do a lot of things with that. And then that's it. And
that's what I'll do. I'll just play some wicks.
I know Bob plays a lot with candles, like I did a couple years ago.
Yeah, you bet. Yeah, here's my opinion for everybody. I mean, this is simple stuff, guys. These are the safest candles you can get, and I buy them when they go about $5 or $6 for 100 of them. Tea lights.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, we got boxes of those as well.
Yeah, and they last for 3 to 4 hours. And the way you get these things to last a long time is keep the wind off the wick. Now, you saw my video where I got those little IKEA lanterns. I got those at secondhand also. Or there's a workaround for that, is drop them into a piece of glass that keeps the wick below the rim. Yeah. That way, as soon as wind starts drifting across it, and there's always a little bit of wind inside your house, there always is. And
people walking around creates the wind.
It does, yeah. And bingo, these things will last 3 to 4 hours and make just enough light so you can navigate. You can move around, and you don't want to, and especially at my age, you don't want to take a fall.
Hold that holder up again. Hold that holder up again.
I bought this. I even bought this at a secondhand store too. Yeah. This is like a couple bucks.
What's neat about that is, with all the cuts on the glass, guess what it does to the light?
Yeah, it looks cool.
It spreads it around.
Yeah, it diffuses it. It's really cool. Yeah. But here's my second thing to show you guys is these glass things. You can get them at secondhand stores for $2-3 a piece, which is how much I paid for this one. And this candle right here was $3. It's a vanilla scented candle. And what I do with all of these containers, you see how I put a little bit of water in them. And I use my little green watering can, put a little bit of water in there, put your candle right on top of it and light it up. And this way, when the candle melts down and it burns out, you can get the wax right out of it. It comes right out.
It floats on the water.
Yeah, it doesn't stick to the glass, and then it comes right out. And then I take all that melted stuff and I melt it down and make it into more candles, with my molds and all that stuff. And that's what I've got to add, boys and girls. That's it for me.
From what you were saying there and what CR threw in there, back in the 70s, Corning, Corningware, stuff, made these little plastic floats with little wicks, and they sold the Corning glasses for it. You fill it up with olive oil, you put the wick in there and let it sit for a couple hours to make sure it gets saturated, and you can light those up, and the wick is about like that long. And half of it is sticking above the holder, and the other sticking down in the oil. It'll burn all the way down to, it'll burn all the oil in the glass before you got to replace that wick. Once it's down to the bottom, you fill it up again, you pull that little wick out, you put a new little wick in. It comes with a pack of like 100 wicks. And those things are great.
Thanks, Joe. I'm going to go put this stuff away, guys. I'll be right back.
All right. Now, Bob was talking about the Crisco candles and stuff, and I did a video on one, number 150, I think it was, where I took the can of Crisco, and I did several things. I scooped some Crisco out of it, and put it in a little jar, and put a wick down in there, and showed how you can make one in a jar, like a little salsa jar. You get the little salsa jars, about that big. And you put it in there, put the wick in it, and you just put the lid on it, until you need it. Pop the lid off, light it up. But I took a couple taper candles, and I cut them so they stuck up about that far. It had wick sticking about that far above the Crisco. Just stuck them down in. Worked great. And then I had one of the tiki torch ones, and I stuck that in the middle. That burned the brightest, because the bigger your wick is, the more it's going to produce flame, even if it's a fiberglass wick, because it's spreading the flame out over it. So now you have a bigger flame, so it heats more, draws more, and gives you more light. Now, Bob was talking about recycling candles and stuff. In my video, I did around the same time, I took soup can, Campbell's soup can, or one of the can of chili, a 15-ounce can of chili and stuff.
Right.
And I made emergency candles. One of the things I learned from that I need to go back and revisit and make a new video on it, is I found out if you take and drill a 1/8 inch hole going down the side on 4 of them, excuse me, and then wrap a piece of painter's tape around it and then fill it up with oil. So basically that keeps the the wax that keeps it from running out till it solidifies.
Right.
As it melts down, you put a decent sized wick in it, and as it burns and melts the wax down, as the level lowers, you open up a hole and you get a little bit of airflow in there to help feed it. So, because I know sometimes in the can there, it would just it would be starving for oxygen. It would start to smoke. Right. But when I did one with the holes drilled in it, it worked fine, and it kept itself oxygenated enough to keep burning. It wasn't a breeze, but it was that way for the air, enough air to flow in to keep the candle from starving. Right. And Tibor has a good point here, because we're talking about a time when nobody has light. Right. So you don't want to light everything. Of course, here's the thing. I don't think there is one single house in the United States that doesn't have some sort of candles in it, even if it's birthday candles. Right. So, oh man, excuse me. That's for sure. I mean, you can get a lantern, a red lantern, like the ones you used to see for camping, for like $7.50. If you look really good on Amazon. Yeah. A lot of them are trying to be really expensive, but yeah. Somebody just bought a lantern on Amazon. He did a video Saturday or Friday, and he shows his lantern, and the title of it is "Size Matters," and I think it was Gray Note cartridge box, Gray Note's cartridge box. Right. I think Gray Note did it. And he shows the picture, he's doing the video, he's lantern, oh, that's pretty good. Then he pans over and he has to back out a little because there's a bigger lantern. Yeah. Oh, wow, that's kind of small. And he backs out and backs up, and there's a regular size lantern. This other one was probably only about 9 inches tall at the most. So make sure you look at the size. But one of the things that I noticed too is that they do have, for the mason jars, you can buy, instead of putting a hole in that might destroy your wick, you can buy the mason jar lids that have the wick holder, and it comes with wicks on Amazon. Yeah. Oh, really? Yeah.
Nice. I was thinking about fabricating one, but if I can just buy one, that's a lot less work. Back 20 years ago, I used to make them. I used to take the mayonnaise jars and the metal mayonnaise lids, and I would drill a hole in it, and I would get I forget the type, a T-nut for woodworking. Yeah. So basically, it's an upside down T. But on that flat part that acts like kind of wash on the bottom, makes it look like a T. Edges are bent up to 4 points where you drive it into the wood. Right. Well, I took that and I drilled the hole in the lid. I did a video on this. Then I had a big socket I put over there so it'd go right through it, and I just tapped it in, and the holes punched into the metal lid and went right through it. Well, then I turned it over. Turned the socket over so you had the solid part on it, and I just tapped with a punch and just bent those tabs over so it was secured. I just ran a piece of 100% cotton rope up through it. Yeah. And I put vegetable oil in the one I did in the video, but it works better with olive oil. Olive oil burns a lot better, and it worked. Yeah. But I did find out the
bigger, all 100% cotton rope you can get to go with the bigger, T-nut, the better. Because the bigger it is, the more heat it produces, heats up that T-nut, which keeps, as the oil is siphoned up there, heats it up and it starts vaporizing it before it gets to the flame.
Good tips. Good advice. Now, I've heard, I've made an oil burner in the past, and I got tips from that video a long time ago about using strings from a mop head. Mm-hmm. Have you guys ever tried that? I had mixed results. Sometimes it would work well, sometimes it wouldn't. But, All
right, Laura has something here to share.
Mm-hmm.
See, there you go. $20 for 4 of them. This one doesn't look like it comes with the wicks, but I saw some that were metal looking. That's nice because it's black, and then you don't have it turns black kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so you're getting that on your hands. Yeah. So.
Nice.
Yeah, that's kind of similar to this one here.
Yeah.
Whereas but that is made for like the regular size mason lids. It looks like.
Yeah.
Does that come with the wicks in it, or
is it there was one that comes with the wick? So let me search for that one.
Yeah, if you look down about where it says about this item, it may say right there. It may say whether or not it comes with wicks. There's one. Right there. Yeah. That one does. Comes with extra wicks. There you go.
Yeah,
nice.
No jar.
And it's got the covers to extinguish it too.
Yeah, that's cool.
I've got olive oil in my food storage, so well, good deal. I might look into those, but get my pension here in a few days, so I'll look into that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're right there. That blue bottle.
Mm-hmm.
Click it.
That's only $12.
Now I got. It depends on one of the ones I got was a set like this.
Mm-hmm.
Those wicks weren't a snug fit.
Okay.
They were so loose they just fell out. And I had a real tall bottle. I went to put it in it, and the wick was all the way down. It's like crap.
Mm-hmm.
So I sent it back and said, "Hey, these wicks do not fit the holders. They're too small."
That would be a disaster if it fell down in there and you've got oil in there. You could have a big problem. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's going to fall down in there before you light it up. When you first assemble it, it's going to fall down in there.
Oh, I get it.
Fortunately, I tested it when it was dry.
Right.
And it fell as like, I tried every single one of them. It's like, nope. And I sent it back. So there's a lot of stuff there on Amazon, like Laura showed there, of all these cool ones that you can use.
Yeah, look at all this here.
If you do like a lot of people don't do the wine, they do the apple cider vinegar with the Martinellis for New Year's.
Mm-hmm.
Some of these will say they fit Martinelli's apple cider jars. And there's different sizes. Some of them that work a little bit bigger. And if you get one of the vodka jars that has a metal lid on it, and you're a good tinker, you could punch a hole in the middle and take a little chisel and cut serrations around it. I mean, cut little, so it's like a pie, and you bend those points up and stick your wick up in there, and that will keep it from dropping down in. And you just fill your vodka bottle or whatever up with. Heck, you just put it right into a vodka bottle, But I would get a little leery. I'd get leery on that because once it starts getting down, you get the air in it. You could have a flashover. But you can fill it up with your regular lamp oil or your olive oil. Now, some of these that are
Ginger, I agree.
Good doing on this. Some of these tiki torch wicks smoke like a freight train.
Yeah, they do.
No matter what you put in it, it smokes, which is not a bad thing if you're using them outside for outside dining and you fill it with citronella oil.
Mm-hmm.
keeps all the,
Ginger and Kaylin brought up something to consider, that those tall ones.
Yes, yeah.
Even those tall, skinny candles that you can buy for cheap, I don't use them. I want something short and squatty,
Yeah.
The
tall wine bottles and stuff, what I found works great to keep them from falling over, a cinder block. And you just set it right inside the cinder block. It can go clink, but it's not going to fall over.
Mm-hmm.
And if you get the regular full size that has 2 holes in it, you put 2 wine bottles in there.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to bounce down, guys. Thanks for having me up here. All right.
Thanks, Bob.
Peace out, everybody.
Check out, if you're not subscribed to Bob's channel, check him out. He's got some really cool videos out on makeshift stuff, how to be a SHT engineer, fixing things.
How to gather up junk and make it work.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. Peace, everybody. God bless.
A good way to save money. So there you go.
It is. Mm-hmm. Save a few dollars and buy another can of food and put it away.
Yep.
Hey, Jay, you're trying to tell me that you don't drink it a little bit all the time? You just throw your bottles away all the time? Save them.
They're good for something. It's a good thing my husband doesn't let me keep all the stuff I want to keep.
Yeah. Tibor, a lot of the tiki torches wicks you buy now are fiberglass. They're not manila rope.
Mm-hmm.
There's a white fiberglass stuff. They got the strands in the middle, and they got the weave around it that holds it together. So that's all. I mean, I haven't been able to find a manila rope tiki torch wick in years.
Wow.
Now, other things to consider. Back when I was not such an old man, we're talking back, right after I got out of high school in the 70s and 80s, there was this cool product, and usually they sold it at a store called Spencer's. Because Spencer's had all these neat, knick-knack gifts and stuff, and Halloween time is when they had it.
Right.
It was a jar. It was like a 1.5 pint jar of phosphorus gel, and people were supposed to use it to decorate stuff with, or do things with. But if you took that jar itself and you set it outside for a couple hours, 3 or 4 hours, and brought it in, it would light up the room for about 8 to 12 hours, depending on how sunny it was out there.
Mm-hmm.
Because basically, especially if you took it out there and if you set it on its side and you rolled it a little bit and rolled it so the lights get to every side point and of the gel that was in there, and would go through and energize it.
Yeah.
Well, I was looking yesterday and today. I couldn't find any gel. What I did find was a couple different powders sold on Amazon here.
Oh.
This one, you got to keep an eye out on this one because, all right, you look at the picture. Oh, 4 ounces. 4 ounces for $23. No.
No, that's not good.
That's 1 ounce for $23.
Yeah.
Now you jump up to the 4 ounces. It's
68.
Basically three times as much. And so you're getting a free ounce, and it talks about it right down here at the bottom. Sunlight, ordinary lighting, UV lights will use for it. Sunlight will produce 3 to 5,000 Lexington light level. It will charge up the powder faster, requiring only 5 minutes of exposure. That's depending on how you're putting the powder on. If you make a gel, try to get that whole gel thing to light up. It's going to take more than 5 minutes of exposure to the entire thing. All right. Now the other one I found is, basically for the 1 ounce one is $23 an ounce, 24. This is basically $12 an ounce, half the price.
Yeah. That's a lot better.
This is actually a little bit less because this isn't 1.5. This is 1 3/4 ounces.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you can paint it on stuff, and it says all the different things you can do with it. How many people they put it on their hands under the black lights and scare the crap out of people. But it talks about the different things you can you're mixing it with clear resin. Maybe it was the other one saying, but it talked about mixing it with clear nail polish.
Oh yeah.
And you can get pigment-free paint, which is basically
somebody taking care of that.
Yeah. Brenda got it. All right.
Okay.
Thank you, Brenda.
I just can't see it on this side, so.
Yeah. I had to look over to the other house. I just thought, we said, okay, let me think. I just see him start popping up there.
Yeah.
And everybody, if you go to what Brenda had blocked there on the 3 dots, click on it where it says report it, and it gives you a thing. If it gives you the option to put pornography on there, click it. Because if it says XXX, that's considered pornography as far as YouTube's considered.
Thank you, Brenda.
Yeah. So there was a maybe it's let me check. Go back to the other one here. Okay, powder can be mixed with anything from clear paint to wax, plastic, soft plastic, hardening plastics like epoxies, basically. Clear nail polish, gels, plasticizers, glaze. Put it on, mix it in glaze, put on a ceramic vase or whatever. You can make it glow dark. So there's a lot of options for using phosphorus. And if you can find the pre-made gel, that stuff is phenomenal.
Yeah. That would be really cool for painting, like by your roadway, if you can't find the road very easy, your driveway, painting, because I was thinking about what to do for that. And that would be a cool option.
Yeah.
You can have something.
You can go. I'm not sure if Home Depot or Lowe's sells a gallon jug or even the quarts of clear paint, but I know Sherwin-Williams does.
Mm-hmm.
And they even I believe they even have it in the oil base.
Okay.
But then again, you can also probably use Thompson's water seal, which is basically clear. Mix it with that, and put that out there, and that'll seal in there. Which would Thompson's water seal for concrete on your walkways.
Yeah. Steps
and stuff.
Yep. That would be cool.
Mm-hmm. And what did Brenda say here? I have kept our house warm with a patio with candles in it. This cold's got night with 68 degrees. It was out for over a week in the winter storm. Yeah. And that's something else that does give light in a room. Like the little Mr. Buddy heaters and stuff, propane heaters and stuff.
Yeah. Yep.
So if you're you need to heat a room, turn your and it's giving the light to the room, save your candles until you turn the heater off and then use your candles.
Oh, thank you, Kaylin. I like that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like the Thompson's water seal. But if you get some of the more expensive ones, they're higher quality. They last longer than the Thompson's does. All right. Okay. Now, so we talked about trying to do everything without any electricity, as if we had a micronova go off, or we just had a big solar flare and we got hit with a Carrington plus size EMP that lasted for hours on end. Like Carrington's actually lasted like a day and a half, I believe it was.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, so now let's talk about another way to do that. After that, to have some electricity. If you happen to have your little solar lights with the LEDs in it, they're probably not going to work. Even afterwards, even if we had batteries saved up and put some of them, they're probably not going to work. And Garden State Gardener just gifted, and Ginger Ninja grabbed it.
Yay! Thank you, Garden State Gardener.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as it was up, Ginger had it. Boom.
Yep.
All right. One of the things, what you can generate light, if anybody remembers the old pen flashlights. For the you had the AA batteries, and it looked like a pen put in your pocket. And you had a lot of engineers and stuff would use it, when their mechanics would use it and stuff. Those size light bulbs will work on a potato battery.
Oh.
How many people remember making electricity from a potato in high school, in science class?
Middle school. Yeah.
But yeah. Hey, it's Bill Nye the Science Guy time. Time to check out some of his old episodes, because he talked about doing that stuff.
Just don't fall in love with him. Just kidding. He's just
weird. He's not weird. He's eccentric. He's that's his entertainment persona. And I'm grateful. Wayne has a good point. Eat before bed. You know, while your body's burning, processing the meal and everything else, and creating stuff. Oh, and see, this is why I sent CR the link. Lemon battery, citrus batteries as well. There's other type of chemicals like that you can make a battery out of after the fact, after the grid and everything's gone down. And the thing is, though, incandescent lights are unaffected by EMPs. The only way an EMP is going to affect an incandescent light, it may make it glow and work while the EMP is hitting.
So an EMP will even knock out a solar light?
Because it's circuitry. They'll fry the circuitry on it if it's a powerful enough EMP. And the Carrington, they said, was a powerful enough EMP to do that. It would have fried all electrical circuits. Yeah, we talked about Crisco. The thing is, with a shoelace, it's such a small wick. It doesn't give much light. That's why I took a couple of the when I was melting down candles, I melted down the old candles, and I saved the wicks. So I had all these wicks hanging up there. I took 3 of them and braided them. Yes, I know how to braid, and braided them together into one wick, and put that into the Crisco as well. And because that's basically got 3 of them there close together, even as it starts to unbraid as it's heating up, but you got three flames there really close together, feeding each other, melting the Crisco, creating the vapor, and the vapor's going and igniting and doing it.
You could probably braid your shoelaces as well.
Yeah. Or hey, get some 1/4 inch, 3/8, 1/2 inch cotton rope. On Amazon, there's I forget the name of it. You might be able to even go to the hardware store. Wicks, there's 2 companies that sell high quality wicks. One of the things you can do with, and I've had several people comment it on my one video, saying to make the oil, the vegetable oil burn better, take thin copper wire, like off of a small electrical motor, the race car motors, and weave that through the wick. It helps the wick last longer. It transfers the heat down into the oil and starts heating it up as it's coming up the wick. So it's at a higher temperature, and when it gets to the point where it's supposed to start vaporizing. So it vaporizes quicker, you get a better flame, a brighter flame, and it helps the wicks last longer. Two people also told me about, and I haven't been able to find it, is you get char cloth wicks that have copper wire braided into them.
Yes, you can use lamp wicks.
Yes, you can. The regular lamp wicks, you can braid those. You can use those in Crisco oil. I mean, the Crisco.
Mary Beth, are you talking about the wide ones? You can use those. Any kind of wick, really.
Yeah, and actually, professional high quality wicks work better all the time, no matter how you use them. But you can braid the wire through it, but the char cloth wicks last like 10 times as long as regular wicks. There's something about being the char and the way it pulls it up in it and the way it reacts. I don't know what it is, but I've had several people swear by it. And then I looked it up, and they, and there's things talking about, yes, they last longer than regular wicks, but they didn't go into why. So
right here, CR.
Yeah. The problem with a lot of the hoodies and stuff, your strap isn't cotton.
This is.
You sure the strap is cotton?
Yes.
Okay. There's a lot of them, especially if they come from Wally World. They're nylon or polyester or blends. They're blends.
This didn't come from Wally World.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah.
I paid too much for this, unfortunately.
But yeah, the anything, if you're really worried about it, experiment. Do some experimenting now when you got lights and you're not under the emergency crunch of trying to get lights going, and you can find out what works best for you,
right,
with what you have. Also, let's see if I can bring it up here. Back here, I'm going to switch here. I'm going to bring up. Did I put it in lighting? No, I didn't put it in lighting. I put it in heat. I bet. Yes, there it is. There are several different types of fuels you can get, and this is one that someone said that he uses a lot. He says yes, it's more expensive, but there's no. He said there's no smell and no smoke when you use it in a good kerosene lantern or oil lantern. And this is made by a Clean Strip, and it's a highly processed kerosene that I talked about K1, K2. This would be like K0. No additives in it. So it's really, really high quality stuff. And then there's let's see, let's scroll down here. See some of that. There's some other ones that you can get in here. And then there's I don't see it here. Yeah, kosher safe lamp oil. Talk to Yosi. I don't see the one. I went and bought a couple gallons of one of the ones of now paraffin. I found paraffin is the British term for the high quality stripped kerosene. But I was looking for the other one here. There it is. Here's the other one I got. 1 gallon of this one here.
That one.
And this one's made in the USA, not shipped over from the land of the Red Dragon. And price dropped 12% from when I got my last one. I think I got 4 gallons of that. I don't plan on using my kerosene lanterns that often, but I want a supply in case all my batteries go dead.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And just for news here, let me see if I pull it up here. Where is it? Over here. All right. Time for laughs and giggles. 6, 7 weeks ago, 15, 6 weeks ago, my subscriber count was 3275, and then YouTube started pushing the one video. Thank you, YouTube. Now push my generator video.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, well, they started pushing that video, and I got like all of a sudden climbing up to 35. Hey, no, sorry, scratch that. It was 27 something. I was below 3,000. I'm going to do a 35. I'm going to do a 3,000 subscriber giveaway, and I set the date 2 weeks out. Well, in a week, I closed in on and passed 35, and now this number of subscribers are bringing off. I closed in on and passed 35.
Sorry about that.
So right now, I'm 20 away from the 4,000 subscriber giveaway.
That was weird. It went to yours. That was so weird. I'm trying to Reels thing on YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh shoot, I'm frozen. I was trying to open your page.
Yeah.
And my computer just dipped and went to like, what the heck?
So folks, coming up on I'm just kind of ballparking it here right now. I haven't set a date yet, but I know it's going to be approximately this. So let me look at here. Okay, so Christmas is on that Sunday, so probably around the 15th or the 16th. 16th is a Camppatton day. So Friday the 16th, I'll probably do a 4,000 subscriber giveaway.
Wow!
For Christmas.
Awesome.
So long as the way the numbers keep climbing, I should be there by the 3rd of December. I should be at 4,000. So on the 16th, I'm going to do another giveaway. I'll get, it's just, and it'll be for whoever shows up that is a subscriber. However, as a special thanks to my channel members, I'll be giving away a $100 Amazon gift card.
Ooh.
So that's going to be the members only giveaway. Will be a $100 Amazon gift card.
I'm going to take this out of here. I'm going to take the light off. See if that helps.
And I'm seeing a lot. I'm looking at. Seeing a lot of green here. Where to begin? LG, Mary Beth Smith, Kaylin Strain, and it's the Marshmallow Man, Garden State Gardener,
LG,
Mary Beth. Yeah. So
Janice. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, so that's what's coming up on the 16th of December. That's going to be the Christmas giveaway. All right, and we're coming up. Is anybody going live? Is Courtney going live tonight after me here?
No, she's not going live. She didn't say anything about going live tonight. But she was having quality time with her family. She was just gotten back from finishing her Christmas shopping, like you saw.
Yeah. All right, so now we can continue on this chit chat, folks. Side chat, whatever you want to talk about within reason. We're not going to talk about what goes on in Bob's basement.
No, well, he's got to dig that basement first. We talked about that. He's got to dig it.
We're not going to talk about what's going on in Bob's attic.
There we go.
That even sounds scarier.
Yeah.
Bob's attic. What's going on up there? What's that thumping on the ceiling going on?
What kind of toys does he have up there?
Yeah, Bob,
I won't tell you. I won't tell you what I found in an attic of a house that we purchased.
He said there's a new one being dug as we speak. A new basement.
Better get up here, Bob. No, I found something obscene. A homemade device in my attic in a house that we purchased.
No.
And I was like, what the heck is this for?
Was it Amish sex furniture like we talked about before? on my channel.
Was it powered?
It was no. It wasn't how. It didn't have a power. No. But
was it maybe just a sculpture?
Like cranked it.
Oh.
It would,
yeah.
Do this motion.
My cousin found a pedal powered one.
That's shocking.
In a house that he was cleaning out.
Really?
Yes.
Pedal powered one.
Yes. Wow. The person would sit on a little stool in front of it and they pedal and it would go. Yeah. Anyways, yeah.
It was probably an old fashioned medical device because supposedly they, did that for
hand power.
It looked
women back in the day.
Very homemade.
Laura, Bob wants to buy it.
Well, it didn't come with us here.
You want to sell it? He says. Oh my gosh.
It went with gloves on, Can we burn this?
And then you peeled the gloves off, burned the gloves, and washed your hands in alcohol.
Mm-hmm. Up to here, even though only the fingertips touched it. Well, not the fingertips. It was the whole hand because it wasn't a small device. It was like
crazy. Wow.
Ugh.
Things you find.
There was a time back when I first started at DHS, and we were setting up, and we were going around training the TSA airport. They were setting up, so we were training them, and we were showing them how to do stuff. And one of the airports had no supplies, so they had no gloves. All they had was alcohol.
Wow.
And I'm showing them how to take the swab, and they didn't have the stick for the swabs. You had to grab the swab by your hand and swab the inside of the suitcase and stuff, and put in a sampler. And you go down and do the bottom corners. Well, I'm showing them how to do it. I'm going across the bottom corner, showing them how to do it, and it's like, thump, 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 thump. The heck? Put it in there. Pull the clothes back. Oh. An 8-inch one, a 12-inch one, a 6-inch one, 3 inches diameter.
Wow.
All the way across. Put the clothes back. Here was.
Did you buy these on your vacation? We have to levy taxes against them.
On the top of it was a real fancy, corset with the
oh dear,
with the straps to hook onto the nylons and stuff.
Yeah, the garter belts.
Is a built-in garter belt on the corset. Really high heel shoes and stuff. Get all around. I turn around and I'm about ready to say, "Ma'am, your bag is done." And it's about a 6'7" guy, huge, about 340 pounds. And
wow.
We said, your bag's done. We set it aside. I said, get the alcohol. Just take the cap off. Just pour it on my arms.
You see what Bob said? Cool.
Bob's like, cool. I probably know him. He was probably going to bed.
That was one of my experiences in training TSA, how to do stuff.
Lovely.
Yeah, I went to their.
It makes you wonder if the upper management
told them,
set that up.
You need to get gloves out here right now. And I told them what happened. And I told them if there had been any sharp objects in there, I would have been cut.
Yeah.
And
the gloves aren't going to help with that, unfortunately.
No, but the gloves will help with the other stuff. And then they had told you need to get the clamp tool that holds the swab so you can do that. And
Your gloves will help running into those things in case they weren't.
It'll help for the other stuff.
So did you keep them in the bag or did you take each one out?
The bag did not alarm. Fortunately, the bag did not alarm when I did the seams.
Oh, okay.
If it had alarmed, everything would have come out.
So they had no batteries in them. These were all unbattery.
These were all the flippy ones.
Oh,
yeah. See, that's what was on the end of that thing.
Yeah.
Precious.
Yes.
Yay. Nice. I tell Aid I'm going to go hang out with Gil and Laura's here and Wow.
It goes right down the hill as soon as I stop talking about light. Well, no.
Sorry, guys.
Addicts is what
Addicts is what started this. Oh my goodness. My brain just went there and
that's how you get the pot.
That's you get something else from monkeys too that way too.
Mm-hmm. Possibly. Mm-hmm.
Man, I am like hot and cold and hot and cold.
Yeah, I think I just I got a hot flash just now too. No.
Oh, Carol.
Yes.
In Florida.
Yeah.
We're going to go a different direction here. In Florida.
I can't do that.
Dealing with the items that have to be registered with the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like a great store.
Yeah. It does. That's not the state store, it's the federal store. You can get all of your alcohol, tobacco, and firearms here. Come on, we're having a Thanksgiving sale at the BATF.
That's right.
I was joking with my husband. I said, our house is going to be known as BYW. Bring your own water.
Oh.
Because we only get half a gallon a minute.
Oh no. Hopefully not.
Okay. Anyways, you were talking about things for home protection.
Mm.
Let's see if I can find the one right here. If I find it right here, there we go. Hopefully it's here. Yes, here it is.
Can't wait for the 4th of July sale. That's the best one.
This is something cool, and I was actually thinking about getting one of these for my wife.
Mm. I'm still thinking about
this. Is called the Axe. This is called the Axe.
It's a Henry, the lever action. Oh.
This is the 410 shotgun.
What?
Oh.
It's a 410 shotgun.
It
holds 5 2.5-inch shells in the tube, and you can put one in the chamber. So you load it up with 5, rack one in, and then you can put another. Then you put another one in the tube.
Won't that kick pretty hard?
410 doesn't kick that bad at all.
Okay.
My dad had a 410 pistol from when he was a deputy sheriff.
Mm-hmm.
Full choke. That kicks even more. We used to take it out single hand shooting that thing.
Yeah, I like the Mossy 590 that you have for the MSS, Bob. They were all pretty much sold out in our area of the Mossies.
I like my 9 that I keep over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The now Mossberg makes a pump version that has 4 shells in the tube. But I like the pump one. You get excited and you racked one and you actually kicked one out accidentally. I've seen people do that, get excited, and they go rack, and they get excited.
Immature ejaculation.
You got to work it. So there's less likelihood of oops. But yeah. Now the only problem, all right, the Mossberg ones that was over here at the local indoor gun range and stuff were ranged anywhere from $249 to $385, and they had them in 410, 20 gauge, and 12 gauge. These are
Henrys are pretty guns.
$1,050, but these are
you with your little sweetie.
That's me with my sweetie.
You with your sweetie.
I did some practice.
Make her big so we can see her. Oh my goodness, that's some sweetie. That's what you have your own.
That's one of my sweeties.
Yeah.
I shot my other one too.
Nice.
It
was fun. We're going to go back again. Well, on our property.
Right. Wayne said he put a short stock on a MAV 80. MAV 80 is cool. Paul, cool.
Yeah.
Wayne, is that a 12 gauge or a 20 gauge for that MAV 88?
Darn signal.
Yeah, there's I've been looking at. I've been even though Henry rifles are a bit more expensive, they are well machined. I mean, it's like like Bob was talking about machine. You get this done, or you get this done. This is one of this done ones. Yeah, they're made to be abused, but you don't abuse them because they're a work of art.
Yeah. I went. We did a bunch of targets, and we got those ones that.
I bet they've never had a malfunction.
Yeah, pop when you hit them.
Yeah, those are so fun. Those
really we had I think we got a pack of 500 of the little squares for a pellet rifle.
Oh yeah.
And you hit it and it goes poof. In an afternoon, we went through just about all 500 of them. We were just having a blast. They had peel off, stick them on back. We were sticking them everywhere.
Yeah.
Fun.
Hey, teenagers.
Yeah. This would be fun. I don't know if I should put a pick.
Nice.
Your howitzer, huh? Got a big old howitzer.
A 105. Huh? You can put a Picatinny on. Yeah. No, Jay, I want to see what sort of bruise you have around your eye when you look through that scope and you've set that sucker off.
That 9 in that picture has a laser scope, and so I can just it looked pretty set up. Yeah. And then my AR has one of those too.
Aid, you're right on that. It was drawn from that, but they worked with the ATF under what is it here? Hang on a second here.
I think I just tossed my Henry catalog.
The Explosive Gun Control Act of 1968. Blah 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 blah. It is classified as a non-3 NFA firearm. Okay, so that thing's because of the size of it, it's just it makes it on that end and it makes it on that end.
What does that mean?
It means a regular person can get it without getting a Class 3 federal firearms license. Oh, Bob's back.
You're talking about my stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you saw my channel. Yeah, I got all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, so we finally did some training, so.
Good.
The 410, you don't have to? I'm confused. Wait, what Gil just said. You don't have to.
Here's why. Because of the size of it.
Yeah.
And the size of the barrel with the stock for overall size, it fits right in that niche where it's not required to have a Class 3 federal firearms license. That's as small as you can get. Take a half inch off of it, you have to get a federal firearms license.
Yeah, Carol, there's barrel lengths and then overall lengths. Something like that may be sold as a pistol. Sometimes like really compact AR-15s and others, they're sold as a pistol.
That's what that's sold.
I don't think I'm allowed to purchase any.
The one in the picture is considered a pistol.
Now this is
I like that
beautiful gun
right there.
Thank you, Kaylin. Yeah. I tell you what, I've taught a number of women over the years how to shoot, and women learn shooting fast. They really do.
We have a natural rack that helps us line up.
The Henry site has all the information on it here, folks. But Henry is supposed to be coming out with the 45-7. The 45-7 mare's leg, but it only holds 3 shots.
But no, seriously, I heard that from a former Marine and Air Marshal. He was saying he's seen a lot of women shoot better than men, and part of it is
at times,
like our chest and everything, and just being more aware of this area all our life. Like,
area
is kind of.
But we're less likely to to dispatch somebody
Mm.
because of
True.
who we are as well.
Yes,
So,
yeah, the mothering.
You guys
thing.
create life. That's why. But I've said this before. Taking my wife and daughter out to the range, my wife shot so much better when I put a handbag in the crook of her arm and she handled the pistol with one hand, because that's exactly how she walks out of work in the middle of the night with her handbag. And man, the only problem that she had was, okay, with the 590 and the pump shotgun, was the length of the stock. It's built for like a 6-footer like me, but I got her a mag pole and that dropped a couple of inches, so it fit her. Right. My daughter adapted to it immediately. Easy. I did it right at home. And then the other problem I had was with some of the semi-auto pistols. She kept trying to hold this hand still and only operate this hand, and her hands were really not capable.
Yeah.
So I said, use leverage, hon. I showed her, use both your hands. You grab that thing and ching like that. Yeah. Said, rack it like you mean business. Don't be afraid of it. You're not going to hurt it.
That's what I need to work on. I was having a hard time with that too.
Yeah, use both hands, Laura. Both. Just push with one and pull with the other. Cha-ching, 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 Yeah. And I got my wife some of those squeezy exercise balls for her grip, and that helped also. Yeah. But you know what really I mean, we did all the accuracy shooting and on and on and on, and then finally we were to the point where, okay, now this is going to be life-threatening. Well, you're going to have to fire more than one shot and again follow the target. And what worked? I screamed in her ear, "Effing kill him! Kill him! Kill him!" And she'd follow up, and she was watching the holes for him. Bam, 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 bam. And like, it sounds mean or whatever, but man, you got to draw a pistol on somebody. That's what you're going to do. You're going to have to put him down, And
you don't draw unless you're going to kill him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And just screaming right in her ear on the earmuffs, "Effing kill him! Kill him!"
Yeah. And when I had several Smith & Wesson semi-auto pistols and stuff, and my wife tried the different ones I had, because I had a 9mm, I had a 45, and I had my revolvers and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Now and on my 9mm, I had two different styles. I had the 639 and I had the 459. The difference is the 39 is a single rack, straight up and down.
Yeah.
The 59 is staggered, so it's a wider magazine, which means it's a wider grip.
Double stack. Yeah.
Yeah.
And she did not like that at all for her hand.
Women's hands are so small.
The single stack she liked.
That's what my wife
surprised
carries.
the heck out of me. Her favorite pistol to hold was a ball and cap Navy 36 caliber, black powder ball and cap, because those things are the stock on those they're not big and bulky. They're made to fit tight in your hand and work.
Yeah.
Those are the type ones that all your major gunslingers use.
Hey, Hugo.
Yeah, I agree.
My wife's everyday carry. Well, she actually carries 2 pistols and 3 knives. And her EDC, the one that's right in her waistband at all times, and it took us a long time to get just the right holster. We ordered a bunch of them, and then we would practice with them, and they would find the faults and the failures and the dislikes until we find just the right one. And her EDC is an Ruger ECS 9S. It holds 7 rounds, but that saved her life 3 times. 3 times, guys, that saved her life in the parking lot in the middle of the night. 3 times. All these no-goods looking for a little tiny Asian lady walking alone. Yeah. Surprise!
Hey, I would not attack a little tiny Asian lady. Those things are vicious.
Yeah, they are. They are.
Like cats. You
Yeah,
just think
some of them probably carry a little butcher knife to go into the store to cut the meat they want.
They know they have to be ferocious because, if she's not ferocious, she's going to get hurt,
Yeah. You got to make them sorry they came your way.
The next time my wife comes up, we're going to go over, we're going to check out all the those short 410s and 20 gauges over here at the gun shop here.
Yeah.
And I want her to try out. I was going to have her try out the FN 5.7, but I wouldn't try it out. And it's like, oh, this thing's uncomfortable for me. It's going to be uncomfortable for her. Just the way it is, because basically it's got a longer cartridge in it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But the one that did feel good was a Glock, 10 millimeter. But it was the Glock G29 SF, small frame.
Yeah.
Everything shaved down for it.
Yeah.
And it takes the staggered magazine for it, but because it's shaved down, the grips on it are thinner and it fits smaller people's hands. It's made for women.
Mm.
Yeah. The Ruger ECS 9S. It's a single stack magazine, and the whole thing is slender because, look, my wife's whole hand, her whole hand is about the size of the palm of my hand. So choosing just the right grip is perfect. Yeah, it's like mine are friggin' meat hooks, man. Yeah. And then she also carries another 9. It used to be a long time ago that Taurus pistols were not the best. They really went through process improvement in their machining and designing. And she also carries a Taurus that holds 12 shots, while her primary holds 7. So, and then she's got 3 knives, and she's in a black belt and harness and stick a knife. It's like, if you get through that,
Here's one that my daughter wants to get. Her husband bought her a 9mm Beretta. The only decent thing I think he's done for her. But I showed her when I went up there, and I showed her one that they had up there. It's made by H&R. It's a revolver. It's either you have 2 cylinders. One is 22 long rifle. The other one's 22 Magnum.
22. Yeah, I've seen those. Yeah, I've seen
9-shot revolver.
Yeah.
For the 22 Magnum.
There was
you should see that. Oh, they got 6 shots. You fire off 6. 3 guys pop up. 1, 2, 3. Everybody's going, what the heck happened?
There was a cool rifle that I really wanted that would fit in with our ammunition. And it was a carbine rifle with a 6 or 8 shot revolver.
Nice.
Yeah, because I like for my own personal home defense. Right here is a revolver, and there's a revolver over there. Those things will keep working. I picked that thing up, and it was perfect size for all of us in the house. But Mrs. just goes, "Not now, guapo." So, but it was cool, man. So, wood stock. I think maybe it was made by Henry. I can't recall, but
here, hang on. Here you go.
The one that got away. Is that a Henry fire?
Lever action, but I don't know if that.
Here, let me do it here. Save image. Save that, and here it pops up. Boom.
Yeah.
Revolver.
Yeah. It was a revolver carbine rifle. It's similar to that. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a bunch of out there. Now that one is made by Colt.
Oh, okay.
And that is a reproduction.
Yeah.
That one holds 45-70 or 410.
Huh.
Yeah, this one that we were looking at was 357 Magnum. So they would fit in with our other revolver and with my son's revolver. Yeah. That's one thing I mean, the kid listens to me, when he's buying firearms. I said, stick with common ammunition so that we don't have to have 80 different types of bullets.
Yeah, exactly.
We could all interchange, all of us,
Doesn't the wife have a 380 revolver? Doesn't she have a short one you were telling me? Is that 380 or no?
No.
I got to shoot the judge.
The judge, right on.
Did it kick really hard?
No, it wasn't too bad, but
It's heavy.
it's heavy. Yeah, it's
my wrists couldn't handle
hard.
it.
It's hard to hit your target.
This one for you, Bob.
My wrists couldn't handle it.
This is the 357 rifle 5-shot revolver. It's one of the newer ones, but then there are some. There's the stainless steel version.
This was like that one. Yeah. Who makes that one? Is that a Henry or? Yeah, you could fire it single action or double action. And I was just drooling. That was the one that got away.
Well, actually, all right.
Never know.
Go back over here to the Henry site. Henry has the regular saddle rifle in 357. Let's see what else they have. Let me see if I can find the revolver rifles. If they have it here. I'm not sure if Henry makes the revolver rifle. Center fire, 357. No, they don't have the revolver. They have. These are all 357.
Yeah.
There's the D-ring, the John Wayne D-ring. They got single shots on it. Oh, the single shot 357. If you get it with 38 plus P in it, it's subsonic. There's hardly a crack on it.
Yeah.
And if you get the screw-on attachment on the end, you can't hardly hear it.
Yeah. Oh, something else. You can see it on my channel, but several of the pistols that my wife has, she was having a lot of trouble with, because the manufacturers will set a pistol break at about 9 or 10 pounds of pull, and her wrists are small and weak, and so are her fingers. So you can buy aftermarket drop-in replacement springs.
Yeah.
So Apex was a company I went with for her 357 Magnum. You can do them. You can do it yourself. You got to have a little bit of mechanical ability, but it's not hard to do. But that brought her, right out of the box, she was all over the paper because she was just straining so hard. Yeah. But after I replaced the trigger springs, man, that brought her right home.
That's how I felt shooting that judge. It was a hard hammer pull. Thing.
So were you shooting 410 out of there, or what were you shooting? 410 shotgun shells? Yeah. Oh, that's badass, man.
Yeah. So here's the
we didn't have that many, so it was like
Mm-hmm.
Could have had more fun, but we didn't have that many.
Here's your mare's leg, $1,100 for 357 5 rounds for that bad boy.
Yeah.
So if you're a 357 fanatic and you want something that's a little bit, that's short, easy to handle, and that's it. The mare's leg. It's also fun. It's also fun, especially if you get the holster made for it. It's so fun to draw it.
And it's cowboy stuff, and you're into cowboy stuff.
Yeah.
My dad started teaching me competition quick draw at 11 years of age. I mean, I have several ball and caps that are for quick draw competition.
Yeah, as far as somebody here mentioned about 380 auto, and Carol said something about 380.
Yeah, Duncan, Brenda.
Yeah, Brenda was talking about it.
Recently, there's a lot of stores here in Washington State that just don't carry 380 auto anymore. They just don't have it. So, especially during 2 years ago when Seattle, the big party in Seattle, that you couldn't find 380 anywhere, and a lot of stores just discontinued it because they don't carry it.
Wow.
And there is a friend of ours. Here's one thing I don't like. Okay, we go to a gun store, and here's the salesman. At different gun stores we've been to, and they really talk down to the women. I don't like that, because there was a compact 45 that the wife really liked, and he didn't even show it to her, and I said, she can shoot a 45 auto. Oh no, it's too much for her. I said, no, it's not.
What?
Yeah, it's too big for her. And I said, no, it's not. We fired, and he interrupted me and kept talking to her, and I tapped her on the shoulder. Let's go. We're out of here. I'm not going to buy nothing from you, asshole. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then,
That's when you want to pull a Julia Roberts and just like have all your guns fold out of your wallet. It's a big mistake, asshole. Look.
yeah, you just lost
That's
a sale.
collection at home. He lost
Talking
a sale.
down to her, you just lost a sale. And
Yeah.
we went to another place that as soon as she walked up to the counter, well, what you need is a Glock 29. And it's like, that's the most expensive pistol they had in the shop.
Mm-hmm.
What you need, we want to look at that. I want to look at that revolver or whatever that other one was.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, this is what you need. A great big Glock. I mean, come on, man. She's freaking tiny. She can't conceal carry that thing. It just won't fit on her body, Yeah. So we went left. Let's go,
Yeah.
The salespeople, they just need to work on it. It's like, don't underestimate anybody if you're in sales,
That's what I like about the place up here. It's called Guns and Gears in Idaho Falls. Hey, Steve. And they love to kowtow to the women. They have a bunch of women salesmen. And if the guys aren't kowtowing to the women, when the women come in, they get reamed. Because I know one of them is the owner's daughter.
Well, they need to remember that in most households, and mine included, the wife handles the money.
Yeah.
Don't talk down to her. Don't try to do a bunch of horse crap. She's got the checkbook. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
If she wants to see that pistol, show her that pistol, for God's sakes,
Right.
Yeah. As soon as that one salesman said, "Oh no, 45 is too big for her," and I know she's fired, and he interrupted me, and let's go, we're out of here.
And he won't move up in that store.
No, he won't. No,
He won't last long.
No, he won't.
Especially if it ticks off the wrong one, and that person goes to the manager.
Yeah.
And
Or if it's a friend of the manager that came in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
My husband's away. And go.
Yeah. It's some stores just love to kowtow to the women because they know women actually will buy one if they like it. What do women do? They come back to buy a second.
That's
I want this other one too. I want to accessorize.
Yeah, we like collecting things.
Yeah, we like.
My wife said the same thing. She goes. She's afraid to go into the store and start buying without me because she'll start buying.
Yeah,
and we'd like to make our guns look pretty.
Yeah, I really would like to, and I don't even know what the rifle is that they carry in the Last Alaskans, but it's got all that chrome on it, and I'm like, I'd like that. That's pretty, and it can take down a big animal. So I kind of like that. I like one of them.
Yeah.
And then I'd like a revolver in my pocket, like the older wife, and she just whipped that out and shot a wolf that was about to get out.
That's what I need for hunting.
Pink, huh?
That's the Ruger 1022 pink.
Wow. It's a bit pink.
Hey, some of the stores I've seen will have 3 or 4 books in there.
I like the one with where it shows the wood though.
Yeah, I would like that. The one that I saw was wood and chrome, and it was gorgeous.
They also have the pink camo.
Yeah.
But
that's the thing too with these companies.
You mean this one here?
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
Yes, that's your deluxe carbine model, nice, pretty one, yeah. But the 1022 has so many accessories stocks you can get for it. It's incredible. Mm-hmm. These are all the same rifle, just put different stocks on them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have the old 22. Was it Martin? I think Marlin. That's it. I knew it was an MAR something. Yeah. Couldn't remember at the moment. That's what I was just telling Aid. I couldn't even remember my Instagram. He's like, "Did you say you have an Instagram last night?" I'm like, "Yeah." Like, but don't ask me who I am on there because I can't remember.
I'm Hedgehog's Homestead on my Instagram.
I thought I was a Fishes and Loaves Live, but I wasn't sure.
Oh no.
I couldn't remember.
We went from cool gun topic to.
Oh, we're still talking guns.
No, we just briefly.
Bob, did you see, Bob didn't see it, did he?
What? I saw it once, and I had to get penicillin.
Hang on, I'm going back here.
So what's a good
Here we
hunting
go.
rifle
Bob,
for a woman?
this, the pink ones.
Oh
What's
yeah,
the one right in the
that's
middle and the top.
yeah.
Show me that one.
Like wow.
Over to the other side.
Yeah,
Right.
that one. That one.
Oh, Ruger. That's the Ruger 1022.
Yes.
Laminate.
That's one of the
blue.
most reliable 22s I've ever had. I've shot the dog snot out of those.
I need something that will take down a deer, though.
That one's pretty.
Oh, they're in Tennessee. Yeah, you could go for something like a 30-30 lever action if you want, but you'll never go wrong with a bolt action hunting rifle. I don't know how much brush there is in Tennessee. I mean,
Yeah, the last Alaskans use bolt action.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah.
I do remember them loading their bolt action rifle down
for
elk up there. Oh.
The old standby for deer hunting, a bolt action 30-06. And is the brush as heavy in Tennessee as it is in Oregon and Washington? It's like a jungle here. You can't.
It's a
see
jungle here. You can see through it, though. I mean, because
during
this time of the year, you can see through it.
Skinner likes the 270. He said.
Skinner says 270. Yeah.
Yeah.
We already have one, but we need another one, of course.
Of course,
Yeah.
you need a collection.
I need mine.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've only got 2 guns. I need more.
Laura.
Yes.
If Chris has a hunting rifle, whatever, if it's a 30-30, 30-06, whatever it is, get the same caliber. But there's a whole bunch of different styles that you find that you may like. But try to keep your calibers, so you're not having all these oddball ones. You have some basic ones, and that's what you stock up on.
Yeah.
It's like Bob was saying, 357 is big in his household.
I got Duncan's an SKS that shoots a 7.62 by 39.
Hey, Keith.
I bought a stainless steel Ruger Barrett 50.
Maybe that's what it was. Stainless steel, not chrome. Stainless steel Ruger.
Steve, go look at the Barrett XM 109.
I
20 millimeter.
I bought for my son's 16th birthday a stainless steel Ruger bolt action rifle that's chambered in the 7.62 39. That's the same bullet that is for the AK-47. So you'll never run out of bullets. I mean, they're everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And I got him a 6-power scope on it, and I set it up for 100 yards. And I gave that to him for his 16th birthday, because that's perfect for, all around deer hunting, light brush, heavy brush. Because in Western Washington, if you can see a deer at 100 yards in Western Washington, that's rare. I mean, if you can even see 50 yards, that's rare.
Gray Notes cartridge box put out a video today. Something about let me see if I can see it. It was everybody wants a snowflake, and he's talking about the different rifle. Oh, this is my deer rifle. This is my moose rifle. This is my Minuteman rifle. This is this rifle. And he was talking about the one guy. I can't remember the guy's name right now. Steve would probably saw it, or Keith saw it. They would probably know what that guy's name. And he shot a small caliber. I mean, I saw a small, cartridge, and he brought down elephants with it. He killed over 1,000 elephants in his lifetime.
How many?
Over 1,000. It's documented. Hey, go check out Gray Notes thing. He was an elephant hunter. He was an elephant hunter.
Why do you want elephants?
Back in the day, but
he was protected.
But he used it for everything. He used it for varmints. He used it for moose. He used it for deer. That's what he used.
What did he do? Put it in the elephant's ear and it went through their brain?
Probably in the eye. Probably in an eye shot.
Shot him in the eye. See, Kaylin, that's what I was saying. With BB gun, shoot him right in the eye. You got to use it.
Yeah, HMR 17 is a very fast, accurate little cartridge, but
yeah,
I look for bullets that you can find in any hardware or any sporting goods store.
Here.
30-06, 7.62, 39, 5.56. You know.
I know, Kaylin, but his friends remember all those elephants that saw their buddy get shot.
Yeah, they hate that little round.
They hate that round, and they hate that man if they ever see him.
Steve said he forgot the rifle too. Yeah, he forgot what the caliber was on it. Yeah, he talked about. He goes, all these people are saying, "Oh, I got to have this one, or I got to have that one, and this is for this only, and this is for that." He goes, "This guy used it as a utility round." Oh, it was a 7mm short, 7mm short. 7mm by 50, I think it was, or 56.
And growing up here, the standard hunting rifle for all of us was either a lever action 30-30 Winchester. That's what I carried in Western Washington.
Our family too.
And almost everyone else had a bolt action 30-06 because you can get the bullets all the way up to 180 grain. Real heavy slug for elk, so it could be used for deer or elk, and that was the go-to back in the 70s and 80s. But there's so many Wildcat cartridges and stuff like that out there, but you can't find the bullets.
240 Weatherby, yes, 240 Weatherby is a good go-to rifle too.
I'm copying this just in case I ever get my ass out of Florida.
Oh, that's good to know. Thank you, Keith.
Yep. Would like to.
Yeah, there's I had there's another one rifle cartridge called a 3220. I have it for my a barrel for my Thompson Center. So I got my 30-30, I got my 3220, and my 470 is supposed to be coming sometime after Christmas. I mean, my 4570. 19-inch pistol.
If Kaylin has a BB gun, can she get a paintball gun and get those metal things I see for
the paintball ones? Yeah, they actually make them for the paintballs. They
do. They make bigger BBs.
Mm-hmm. 62 caliber steel balls for the paintballs.
There you go. Yep.
Yeah,
it's less than lethal, but it's going to hurt like a mother.
Well, will it pierce the skin compared to like her BB gun? If somebody comes to her door,
it won't pierce the skin.
Oh,
but if she hits them in the solar plexus, they're going to be dying for air.
Oh, okay.
And she hits a little bit lower, they're going to be singing high for the rest of their lives.
They probably prepare with cups, just like the ones all in black. They dress for everything to be abused.
Yeah, Maxi Ball.
Ungrateful peasant. Yeah, he grew up in this area. Used the same two rifles that we did growing up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's 30-06. You can get really lightweight slugs, or all the way up to what I think it was 180 grain, big heavy slugs. And like a silver tips and a real soft nose, jacketed, and it'll take down an elk. It'll break an elk's bones. That's basically what you want to do with most deer and elk, is shoot it just behind the shoulders. You're going to break its bones and take out a lung, and it'll run for a while, but it's going to hit the ground pretty soon.
Wow, Skinner, it went right at you. That would be hard on me.
Let me check something here.
That would be hard to see a doe come at me, unless it was coming at me to protect something and it was going to rear up. But usually I think the bucks do that, right?
No, the does do it too.
The does do it too.
Especially if they have young.
Because horses will do that. That's how they fight. They will rear up and kill you.
Mm-hmm.
So I wasn't sure because they're a herd animal. Like it's a herd animal thing. It seems
220 grain. Yeah. I used to out elk hunting. I carried the 180 grain 30-06. Yeah, like that.
Yeah,
that's the Sabo.
Yeah, the Sabo for the 30-30.
30-30. Yeah.
Basically, it shoots a 223 round out of a 30-30.
Yeah, I used to carry in my 30-30. I carried. I don't remember what grain it was, but they're silver tips, and the silver tip was aluminum, and the aluminum would push the lead way out before it exited the deer. I mean,
I understand.
it was a more solid material than the lead, so it would really drill into the bullet and it would split wide open.
Thanks for explaining.
Yeah.
I just didn't come from a family of hunters, Skinner, so I don't know what that's like, how to read an animal like that when you're out needing meat for your freezer and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'd say, Laura, I mean, whatever your husband hunts with, stick with something like, with the same bullet would make it very convenient for both of you.
Yeah.
Now, just be warned, if it's like a 30-06, they've got some thump to them. They have got some thump to them, and you'll know it when you fire an 06.
I have a feeling it is a 30-06.
Yeah.
Because that's what I think I'm remembering.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, most of us grew up with that bullet. It was a common.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you really want to cradle it with your shoulder when they do have kick, or do you want to hold it off the shoulder? I'm asking.
No, don't hold nothing off your shoulder. In tight. Yeah.
You hold it tight. Okay. That's what I thought, but I couldn't remember.
Yeah, because if it's not tight, even if it's just sitting loosely on it, that loose has a little bit of give, and it's going to be moving before it hits your shoulder.
Yeah.
And that can break your shoulder.
They do sell a gel pad that you can put around you, and I brought mine for my wife for her shotgun, but it was way too big, and so I bought her a smaller one, and it still didn't fit her. But I gotta say though, she was shooting she shot 100 rounds of double-aught buck in one day, and the next week came back, she was covered in bruises, and that little chick went right back at it. 100 more rounds of double-aught buck.
Yeah,
that was around the time you guys were hearing the chants, though, right? So her mind just switched on. Yeah.
One of the things you can get is when you're going hunting. A lot of hunters will get they have their hunter's vest. And you see it's got a leather pad on it there, and they got extra padding inside to help absorb.
Okay.
And some of them do have a pocket and just slip the little gel pad in there.
Yeah. And Laura needs something like that because she's got back issues, so she doesn't need to have her shoulder whacking out her back as it's getting.
Yeah. Yeah, if you don't want to go for a 30-06, just like I don't remember what model it was that I gave to my son. It was a Ruger 7.62 39 bolt action rifle. It holds like 4 or 5 rounds.
Okay.
And I selected the stainless because it rains so much here. If he's got to be out in the weather for a long time, it'll delay the rust quite a bit. But was it just a fixed 6-power? Was it? I don't remember. It wasn't a real expensive scope, but at 100 yards, that thing you'll hit whatever you're aiming at.
If I was building a house in the future, say, one of the things I would love is a safe room where it has one of those concealed doors, and you go in and you just have all your guns, just like a movie, like all of them.
Are you
Matrix? More guns. More guns.
Are you Jane Wick now? Drop a coin on the counter.
So here for my 30-30, I got 150 and I got 160 grain.
Yep.
And then for my 223, I actually got down to 50 grain for target shooting, just for practice. But when I said that I had my 32-20.
32-20, that's not common anymore. Too much. It's hard to find those. I should think, at least around here.
Up here, I went to one store and they had photos of it, different grain. But yeah, what I have for this is single shot. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's just
second or third story deck. There you go, Gary.
Well, get back to how people misjudge females as far as shooting. A friend of ours, Dan and Cecilia. Cecilia's a Filipina, and Dan bought her a pistol a long time ago. and it was an even smaller cartridge than a 380 auto. It was like a 32, real small, tiny semi-auto. And here's her husband going, "Oh, she can't handle anything more than that." While my wife's standing next to her, I went, "Oh shit, she can."
Give her a chance.
Yeah, exactly. And so we invited her to come meet us at the pistol range to shoot a 9mm to bring, because you can't even buy those little tiny bullets anymore, you know. And they're both senior citizens. I was trying to get her to go with us and open some new doors here. There's better pistols out there than there was back in the 80s, and
exactly.
you know.
All right, so this
I have to say those little guns scare me more than a 9mm, because they just seem like they could go off by accident a lot easier.
So 32, 20, 30, 30, 45, 70.
Yeah. Those are all cowboy.
This is a buffalo. This is a buffalo rifle round.
Yeah, or moose. Yeah,
moose.
Oh, okay. They have recoil pads on the stock itself.
They do.
Yeah,
most of them do. Yeah, most guns are sold with a recoil pad on it.
And if you go to a good store, you can get. They can order different size stocks, so you can get one with a shorter stock where you add pads to it. And extension, just stuff like that.
Aftermarket. Yeah.
Maybe there's a trust issue there, Bob. He's ribbing you with the letting his wife go with Bob.
No, with me and my wife. That's protocol among the Filipino ladies. Is husband doesn't go with another woman alone. That's a Filipino thing. You know,
that's our go with custom wife. Here at my house too.
Yeah. I don't. No, that's not good protocol. You know.
Yeah, I think she's just giving you a little.
Yeah, no problem.
Like brown ladies.
Oh, I do like the brown ladies.
We know. So does Duncan knows.
Caterpillar excavator out in the backyard today, just starting to dig that basement. You know.
You can just put that like beautiful gazebo you have like right over it, and have one of those lifting door. Nobody will ever know.
Yeah, one of those. All right, Bob. I'm gonna blow your cover here on something. For the gazebo, Bob was talking about building over it. It's not a door. He pushes a button, and the center of the floor rises up, and it's a little elevator.
Little elevator. Yeah, we gotta add a little class to this. The best way to keep the best way to keep them is make them want to stay.
Like those tubes that you used when you went to the bank. You go to the bank and
step in here.
We just don't know it.
Oh, crap.
What was it? Men in Black. Men in Black. We're getting flush.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
No, but this same couple, I can't understand their mentality.
Penny.
A very short distance away, they constructed a whole bunch of low-income apartments, and they go to bed with their garage door open. It's open all day and all night, and their shed unlocked. And I was out smoking, and Dan came out and talked to me. He's older than me, but I said, "Dude, do you?" Oh no, nothing's ever happened. I said, "Not yet."
Yeah.
And I said, "What if, these are low income apartments over here, right?" He goes, "Oh yeah, but they're all single moms. They're harmless." And I said, "Dude, they have boyfriends."
And that's what happened with that one pew-pewing. It was the girlfriend that got shot, and the boyfriend was badass that was in her apartment.
Yeah.
That's who they were going after. It wasn't her.
Yeah.
All
right, so this is 223 or 5.56.
Yeah.
The other guys inside, I know there's just a slight difference in the shoulder here between 223 and 5.56. Some of them, I forget which one takes both of them, the other one takes the one. But so that's that size there. So, and actually, when I was in Arizona, they used this to hunt deer.
Yeah, that's against the law in Washington. It has to be like a 30 caliber slug in Washington. So, Laura, you might want to check your state regulations about.
It was saying that
I'll
about.
just ask my brother-in-law. He'd know.
I think
It's on.
Bob,
It
I got
should
something
be
for
on
you.
Fish and Game website.
I got something for you, Bob.
What's
I
that?
think it was Ungrateful Peasant said about what he
12 gauge 3-inch Magnum.
would
Look the
work,
size of the
but
shot.
you have to have
Not 4-shot, 3-shot.
3-shot. Yeah, that's this
Yeah, he
five
did.
this 590 behind me and my 500
30.
upstairs. The first round is number 2 bird shot. That's as that's the closest to BB as I could find on the shelves, you know.
he
And
doesn't
after
usually
that,
give like
it's either number 4 shotgun shells or or number 1 buck, you know.
Yeah.
Those are lighter pellets than double-aught buck, and it might also look a little bit better in court because you know, I mean, the first round, the bird shot, it's going to deflesh whatever it hits, and maybe, but I've been in court a lot. I have an angry ex-wife, and the way that the things
not
work
for shooting her, everybody. Just so you know,
not
for shooting her.
like that, but experience of sitting in a courtroom listening.
Yes,
and they'll say double-aught buck. That's made for killing because that's what the police use. Well, you don't want that against you. Do you understand? Right. So get like number 4-aught buckshot or number 1 buckshot. It's smaller caliber pellets.
Here you go.
My 12.
All right, so
there you go.
The number 4 he's talking about is basically the caliber is 0.24. Number 3 is 0.25 or a quarter inch. 27, 30. That's the number 1, 30 caliber. 32 caliber, 33, 36.
Wow.
So that's a different size. And you know, and of course, and then everything we show the slug, which is 72 caliber.
Yeah, number 4 buck or number 1 buck is what I have in this one and a 500. It doesn't go through the walls quite so far, you know. But I mean, let's. I don't ever want to use that stuff on somebody, man. It's like, it ruins the inside of your house. It does. You know,
I picked up because it was on sale. I picked up some number 5 and number 6 as well. So I got an assortment of different sizes up here that I picked up. I didn't even know there was such a thing.
Ungrateful Peasant. Thanks for mentioning that, because we have. It's not necessarily insurance, but we have lawyers that work on the behalf of homeschoolers, and you keep them kind of on retainer. By doing it as a huge group, like they give a rate for all homeschoolers in Florida. I didn't know there was carry insurance. That's a good thing.
Yeah, there is different.
What does carry insurance cover, though?
It'll cover you if you get, like Bob said, they try and hang you out to dry because you've got the wrong kind of buckshot and you kill somebody accidentally.
Yeah, they just want to prolong the misery in the courts and make more money.
Or purposely, the way that things are going, like somebody breaks into your house and you kill them. It's a kill shot.
Well, the first thing that happens to you whenever you're standing in front of a judge, and it takes a while for you to stand in front of a judge, and the reason why that is they're doing a background check on you. They're looking to see where you work, how much money you have in your savings and checking, how much your income is. That's what the courts do. They're there to get the money.
Yeah.
You understand? So if you got a good income, blah blah, and savings and all that, and you know, and they're going to milk you. And we're not going to say you're guilty of murder, but we're still going to impose a fine of, let's see, his annual income is this much. And you're going to be fined $30,000 in cash right now. That's how it frickin' works, guys. It ain't Perry Mason.
Gotta mortgage your house.
Yeah.
Horrible.
That's one of the reasons why when you have you buy a house and stuff, you have either a living trust, an S corp, or an LLC, and you put it in that, so you don't have it. Any of those will protect the house from someone coming after you it if you do something. And then you put the car in a different one.
You transfer it after you purchase it. Can the trust itself purchase?
Yeah. My parents, when they got their living trust, when my dad first got diagnosed with cancer, everything went to a living trust. Okay. So he owned nothing.
Yeah.
Good.
So if the insurance didn't pay on his treatment, there was nothing for them to come after.
Great.
And my mom owned nothing. And they even took it a step farther. They were not the executors.
Wow. You got to really have.
You know who they made the executors? They made the staff sergeant one because she was an accountant. Well, we got the executor is an accountant.
Yeah. Yep.
And so basically, it was it protects. And you do an LLC now. However, LLCs you now have to report who is in charge of the LLC, who has control of it now.
Okay.
That's why I'm saying an S corp you don't have to do that yet, and a living trust you don't have to do that.
Sounds so funny. When you want to go purchase a house, you need an escort.
Not escort, S corp as in corporation.
I forgot to ask about that. Does this get right in front of the wife?
Does this come with an escort?
Does this come with an escort? Do you have any
not an escort? S corp, CORP. Basically, it's a corporation of a single corporation.
Taking a safe read.
And basically, that helps. Oh, that was just her sound going away, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, she just put it on pause for a second.
Yeah. The one thing that helps on certain things, especially if you have a side business. Side business is an LLC. The house is in a living trust. The vehicles are in an S corp.
Yeah. Just
and you break stuff up. That way, if they come after one, it was the vehicle they hit. So we're going to go after everything that the vehicle owner has. Well, the vehicle is owned by this S corp, and it only owns 2 vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just know that I have absolute respect for law enforcement officers. They do a terrible job I wouldn't want to do. But
it's really
the courts.
Yeah.
How frustrating is it to these officers to arrest somebody who's a career criminal and the courts let him out in a week?
Or the next day.
Yeah.
Well, that's just like the teachers that are in the classroom. They usually have shitty administration. It's the administration that's at the school. Then it goes to the school board and their dumb ideas. They're not even in the classroom with these, the kids. It's the same kind of theory, like
same kind of a thing. Yeah.
Yeah, same kind of thing. Like There
was J.D. Rockefeller.
Here, be right back.
Got
Cargo. I'd like to place this in an escargot, please.
J.D. Rockefeller. J.D. Rockefeller, the multi-millionaire, owned all this stuff. No, he didn't.
Oh, okay.
Everything that he purchased was purchased by his living trusts, and he had several of them. He had one he had one for himself, one for he and his wife, one for he with the kids. And they that's what owned everything. His favorite saying was, "I own nothing, but I control everything."
Yeah. I know my brother and his wife, they never had children, but they've got quite a lot of wealth, and that's what they do. It's living trusts, and they're named. The living trusts are named. So like you'll get a check from one of the living trusts, like for Christmas. It'll have their names on it because they're the executors. They made, I guess. I don't know.
The executors are the ones that can sign and make decisions. Yeah. And the executors, there are executors, and then there is the I'm trying to think of the term. The person that say if I had a living trust It's my living trust. But I can name my wife as an executor, or I can name my youngest son as an executor. And I go, oh, wait a minute, I'm changing it. Now my daughter is the executor. The executors don't change who's in charge. The person in charge changes who the executors are. And the executors are the ones that do the action and stuff.
Yeah, Ungrateful Peasant, that's true. They are all liberals, the prosecutors. Yep.
Yeah,
Some worse than others. Some way worse.
I'm still going to stick with my gun, saying if somebody comes in the front door, I'll be armed to keep them away from me or the other family, and go out the back door. That's the smartest thing you can do. Just keep them at a distance and get out of the situation. You know.
Is Steve still in here? Steve has done several videos on the legality and stuff like this.
Yeah.
One of the things that when I went to the academy, they told us if you guys are at home and you have a shotgun to protect your house, use the shotgun, not your duty weapon. Because you go to the range all the time to qualify in the duty weapon. You don't qualify with a shotgun. And he said, when you go to use it, make sure you're aiming at their kneecaps. Because it will rise a little bit and you'll take their thighs out. And what happens if you take their thighs out, Bob?
Bleed to death.
So it's still a kill shot without being necessarily a kill shot to the...
Well.
Okay.
It's oops, I was aiming low. I just wanted to shoot. I was aiming for their feet.
For their kneecaps.
Trying to slow them down. No, I don't say kneecaps. I was aiming for their feet. That's what you say.
I saw an episode of Cops where this fella, there was two young ladies in a black neighborhood, and they had two intruders, and I could tell by the pellet size in the wall that he hit him with number 4 bird shot. Two rounds with number 4 bird shot. Neighbor saw what was going on. He came in and he shot the one fella in the chest while he's climbing through the bedroom window, and he dropped dead instantly. And the other one, when he came, and you could hear him going boom on the 911 call. Guy was running out for the front door of the house, and he shot him in the butt cheek with the number 4 bird shot.
Oh no!
The guy made it out to the sidewalk, collapsed, and he bled to death before the ambulance could get him to the hospital.
Oh my gosh!
It defleshes your bone, you know. But yeah, I don't know. That's a heavy topic. And
that is heavy. If they're running away and the back is to you, you're in trouble.
I know.
You're in trouble.
Yeah, you're going to have to prove your way out of it, you know.
Yeah, that you maybe lost it mentally in fear for your life for a moment. Like, because there was a group of them, like.
Yeah, there was 2
temporary insanity plea.
Yeah, something.
Yeah.
And that's understandable. I mean, if it's like a group of people coming into your house.
Oh, yeah.
You just go to a different place especially if you've been through stuff. Like if the guy was a soldier or anything prior.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah, I'd rather talk about hunting rifles and stuff.
Hunting.
This is a dark.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing I was afraid of too, is just with the different types of shot of anything going through a wall, and God forbid you get a family member.
Yeah, that's why my first rounds in both of my shotguns are number 2 bird shot. It's about the size of a BB, about that size.
Okay.
So it's a little bit smaller. BB is 1.8.
Okay.
Number 2 bird shot is 1.5 of an inch.
And I've shot lots of rabbits, pheasants, ducks with number 4 bird shot, which is even smaller. You know.
Okay.
Let's see if I can make this bigger, folks. There we go.
Lots of rabbits.
We were talking about the buckshot sizes from triple aught down to number 4, and then you have the steel shot, which goes, a little bit, different sizes here down, and then you got your BB sizes here and stuff. But yeah, so the BB is so the BB here at 1.8 is the same as the BB here at 1.8 down here. And so this is where you get some overlap between, the different sizes here. So number, where is it? This one doesn't show the number 6 buck or the number 5 buck.
I've never seen that.
Which is probably this F and T right here.
Yeah,
that would follow the sizes here.
Yeah.
So 5 and 6 would follow on the sizes because yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it is confusing to a rookie about the different shot sizes and
yeah,
you know,
it's a lot to take in.
Yeah. And so when you get down to the number 2 and the number 3 bird shots here.
Yeah.
Actually, they don't even show the number 3 here, but in the sizes follow in line here. So, because number 3 would be go from between the 1.5 and the 1.3, so 1.4, and so that they have in the steel shot they got more variable sizes on it. I guess the way it works here. So, yeah.
I haven't seen any lead bird shot here in Washington for a long time.
Probably because it's the West Coast.
Well, it was driven by like Ducks Unlimited, because out there hunting, people would miss, and the lead shot goes into the water, and the geese and the ducks feed off the bottom, and they're swallowing lead.
Yeah, and the fish in the water, the bottom feeder fish.
What if you're going to eat that? Do you really want lead in it? I don't want lead in my food. If I'm going to eat that, yeah.
That's why I haven't seen lead shot here in Washington for a long time. Everything on the shelf now is steel.
Yeah, the number 3 here is steel, and I have to look at those. But I do have some boxes that I bought years ago that were kept in the safe with the oxygen absorbers packed around it that are lead.
Yeah, I might have some around, but.
I'm grateful. That's helpful.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That so I remember something about that. So they measured the sock by so many for the weight and everything else. And then of course when you talk about cannons, grape shot on ships is scary. The pirate ships and the man of wars and all the wooden ships, grape shot was meant to clear the deck.
Interesting.
Steel BBs. They used to sell BB shot here in Washington, but I haven't seen it around. So the closest I could get to it was number 2 bird shot. So, because I used to go coyote hunting with BB shot for my shotgun, but that was back in the 80s, so I haven't seen it around for a long time.
What just happened? Gil, did you touch something? Who's got an echo?
Echo.
You got an echo now from me?
It's a weird muffled echo.
I plugged back in my mic. I took my earpiece out. I unplugged it so I could hear you guys over here.
Oh, okay. We have steel BBs. Yeah. I don't have a BB gun, but I do have, the pump, the point. I think the .177.
Airsoft, isn't that what that is?
I don't really like the airsoft though. It's just you have to pump it.
Oh, okay.
Hand pump.
Yeah.
But it is like an little
My brother shot me with a BB from one of those.
Those hurt.
Oh yeah, we took iguanas down out of the tree.
He had to dig it out of my skin. Yeah.
You bet.
He pumped it as much as it would pump.
Oh,
that's mean.
Right
Your
there. I
brother
got a scar.
Oh, I had one of those. We were in a BB gun war, kids. Kids did that in the 70s. We did that in the 70s, and I got one of them bounced off my forehead. Man, it felt like a rock about that big. Bang!
My pastor of my old church in Washington had an false eye from BB shotgun.
Yeah, we used to do that.
When we did the BB wars.
Ooh, that's horrible.
We wore the little goggles from wood shop. And then we wore the face shield over it as well. And everybody wore back in the 70s the Levi's jacket with the sheepskin imitation sheepskin wool lining in it. That's what we wore to absorb the impacts. You still felt it, but you weren't going, oh crap. Hey, penny pincher.
And this is why they have paintball.
Yes. There is the 12 gauge slug.
Yeah.
And what's weird is this is a 1 ounce slug. My double lot buck is an ounce and a quarter.
Yeah, penny pincher. The Chinese was selling military ammunition here for back in the 80s. It had a tungsten steel core, and it was 7.6239, and those are devastating, man, because that steel in core really makes the lead and the copper jacket just explode when it hits something. So they outlawed the importing of that after a while.
Yeah, I got this a couple weeks ago. This is lead shot.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, it has the lead warning on the end.
Oh, okay.
And this is double lot.
Hey, Raven.
Got a bot that just popped up.
Yeah. Get them, guys.
Find yourself a hot girl. Okay. I got one. I only need one.
Okay, hang on. Anybody, who got it there? Kaylin got it. All right. Hey, they're not all disappearing. Okay. They're different. They're from different ones there. There we go.
I'm going to step down. My stomach's upset.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It just is. So.
Your stomach's all upset because you're excited. Oh, I'm going to get a good rifle. I'm going to get it.
Yeah, that's it. All right, you guys. Bye.
All right. Good night, Laura. Peace.
Much love, everybody. Bye.
Yep.
All right. See, the old black tip 30-06 had a tungsten core.
Yeah, that stuff's devastating, man. Whew.
Now, there's a lot of different. It takes time. Okay. Daphne went back to the what we were talking about before with the at the beginning 2 hours ago. But cut off the bottom off of a pop bottle, stick a wick in the middle, float on top of some oil, glass water, lasts almost forever. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you had some action. Well, as soon as I go potty, like the action comes in, huh?
Yeah. Hot girls, find a hot girl. Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So, yeah.
That is crazy.
Hey, it's like Courtney said, it's the season of giving.
Season.
Out there trying to give you stuff.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, they want to give you the gift that keeps on
like
giving.
Identity theft and all kinds of good things like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Little somebody in your, bank account funneling money off to some other country. Such a nice gift.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah, just click this PayPal link. Oh, there it is.
free money.
Mm-hmm.
You get $50 to spend for free if you click this link.
Oh, sorry, I don't have PayPal. Joke's on you.
I am so disappointed I haven't had a Skype scammer for a while now. Darn it.
Oh.
I kept I had those 2 or 3 and I tied them up for day after day after
They must have told their
day.
friends. They marked you.
Must have,
Was
yeah,
on
must
you.
put me on a blacklist. But those ones I started off with. I'm a senior citizen living with assistance because I'm a stroke victim, and my daughter helps me, and I have caregivers. Made it very clear.
You're mean.
That
You're mean.
I'm not
Love it.
all the way, and
Good.
I mean that way I had no mercy on them, no mercy, none,
Good,
no
LT.
mercy, because they knew, and I told them
Mm-hmm.
that I am mentally handicapped and I need assistance, and so
They saw ding, 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 ding.
just click on this link and buy me more airtime. And I went, does air cost money over there? All kinds of sentences. And then I would say, well, how do I do this? Just click the link. Just click the link. What's a link?
Good for you. What do you mean by click it? I don't understand.
I could have a decent conversation with them, then I would stop the decent conversation. Have you seen my cat? Where's my cat? Did you take my cat? Or I will go into like, I can't find my shoes. Where are they? I tortured them for day after day, and in order to get them to come back on, even though they weren't on or showing that they were there, all I had to do was type in money, or type in the other word was dollars, and bing, an operator is right there waiting just for you, handicapped senior citizen.
Wow, that's scary.
Yeah.
Oh. Like Jay said,
That's awesome, Kaylin.
Maybe fresh air is a rare commodity. Oh.
Yeah, it was like, I need to buy me more airtime, because I kept telling them, I want to see you on webcam. I want to see you on webcam. I need more airtime. Buy me airtime. Does air cost money in Ghana?
I don't understand.
Have you seen my cat?
Will your air tank fill up if I do what you say?
Will you wait for me? I have to.
Are you underwater? You got to write out all the different lines so you have them the same. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. That's too funny. So wait, you were saying the Chinese were the ones who were making the tungsten?
That was back in the 80s. They started importing SKS rifles and some AK-47 rifles from China, from Norinco.
Josh was saying he doesn't like the SKS.
They're kind of sloppy, but they work, But they were also selling the ammunition for those. It was tungsten core, steel core.
Okay.
And that was their upgrade to match the devastation of the bullet of the M16. Because the M16 is super small and very fast, and the tissue damage is like, bad.
And it bounces around too.
But
yucky.
That was their answer to match.
Yeah, Daphne, I've heard of that. The crayons
M16
paper. Yeah, I've heard of that. As long as it's not toxic crayons.
Tell them I'm Joe Biden. I am so disappointed. My Skype is open, but I haven't heard anything from anybody for a long time. Darn it.
You can use Crisco too as a candle. Yeah. If you're going to use crayons, you might as well use Crisco. We learned that from Bob.
Or do like Bob does and my wife does. You can go to garage sale.
Mm-hmm. Get all their old candles.
And they're just giving away the candles just to get rid of the candles.
Yeah,
estate sales, they just get rid of it. Secondhand stores and stuff, you can buy the candles at dirt cheap.
Yep. And then
it's all, and you save the crayons for the little kids. Yeah. Save the crayons for the Marines so they can play.
And they can eat them. They eat the purple ones that I think is what Steve said are his favorite. I've heard him say that. I'm not teasing him. He's mentioned that in lives before that he likes.
Oh yeah, him and who's the other Marine over there that talks about the crayon? Give me my paper and my crayons.
Too funny.
I know. Bruce used to talk about picking on him. Bruce knows who all over off of it would want to pick on for crayons.
Everybody messes with the Air Force. Everybody does.
Yeah.
When we
talk mess with the Air Force, it's about they had a real hard day. They were out on the golf course and the wind was blowing.
Yeah, but all I have to do is remind them of like extermination. We can exterminate an entire race of people. Yeah.
Oh, in seconds.
Remember Dresden, Berlin, Tokyo, Yokohama, Hiroshima, Nagasaki. We can exterminate, conflagration, and never,
I didn't realize that
you're still a bunch of nerds. Yeah, I'm a nerd. That's okay.
It takes nerds to protect people.
It does.
It does. I didn't realize Einstein during World War II was going back between Germany and America. Was it, or was it? Where was he going?
He went back to Germany, and he went to France first, and he'd go into Germany to try to get his relatives out.
Oh, that's what he was doing. Okay.
Yes, he was getting relatives out. That was up until 1938. Mm-hmm. And it was like, no, ain't going back no more.
Yeah,
he got his approval for refugee status here in the U.S.
And then the U.S. used him to use against the
evil Axis.
And yeah.
Was
it, what were they called? I always forget. They named them
Axis,
not the power Axis, but the bombs. They named the bombs.
Big Boy and
Little, or no? Big Boy, Little Boy.
It was Fat Boy and
that's it. Fat Boy.
Little something. I can't remember.
Yeah, I can't either. It was Little something.
It was Enola Gay was one of the B-29s, and Box Car, BACH Car was the other two B-29s. The Enola Gay is the one that dropped on Hiroshima.
Fat Man and Little
Boy.
It's not. Give me the right one. Fat Man and Little Boy.
And Little Boy. Yeah.
I think those airplanes were made right next to where I worked for about 30 years. They were made there in Renton, Washington. But Boeing also had another factory.
They had it in
Wichita, Kansas, and then also another place somewhere in Texas.
Yeah. Yeah, I know my mom worked at Lockheed down in Glendale.
Yeah, I know the olive oil too has a smoking point that's low. So I would imagine it would smoke, wouldn't it, if you're using olive oil?
Olive oil is a light oil. Olive oil is a light oil. It's the lightest of the nut, fruit, and vegetable oils. It's the lightest. Okay. And it burns the best. And it wicks the best.
For like a candle, though, because when you're cooking with olive oil, it smokes quick, like as far as heat.
Actually, olive oil doesn't. It's also one of the least smoking ones. Olive oil
they always say it's not good for high heat cooking. That olive oil has a lower smoke point. Do they mean
that's because it's what it is? That's when it starts vaporizing. Well, if it's used with a wick, it starts vaporizing. It's burnt up, and there's no smoke.
Oh, okay. I know. I was saying that was coming out of my mouth about the olive oil, and I'm like, wait a minute, dum. That was like all of biblical time they were using olive oil.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The B-29s, the Air Force killed more people in Tokyo than they did in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and they had a method to it. It was pretty clever. They'd send in the first bombers, had heavy general purpose demolition bombs that would break the city's water pipes. They would come in first and shatter the water pipes. and then come in with these incendiary bombs that would break open in the air into incendiary sticks. Yeah. And they would flutter all over the place and light. Oh my God, man.
Yeah.
Hap Arnold, who was in charge of that, General Hap Arnold, he says, if we did not win the war, I would have been up on charges for what do you call it? War crimes. Yeah. My dad's squadron, when they were stationed in Western China, when they're pushing the Japanese back towards Japan, he was at quite a few air bases. That was one of their nighttime missions. It was a P-61 Black Widows, and they were a nighttime fighter escort for the B-29s that were stationed in China also. So,
the Black Widow, that was a pretty amazing plane with all it had packed into it. You look at that, it's like they had that back then.
They even had a rack in there for night vision goggles back in the 40s. Yeah. They didn't make too many of them, and they were slow to get them produced. But they were, the basic model had a 420 millimeter cannons in the belly. So it's like, yeah, you guys are nerds in the Air Force. Yeah, I know, but we just exterminate, or use another word, conflagration.
Oh, CB. Oh, ow.
Looking.
So she did the prepper thing. She had a Bic lighter next to her oil lamp so she could light it. She forgot about the Bic lighter, lit it with something else, and it ignited the Bic. It blew the.
Holy shit! You made a bomb.
Ooh, not good.
Gosh, was everything okay?
It was it rubber band to the chimney, CB?
My gosh, CB, thank God! Like you're in
master's degree.
Oh boy! Yeah.
I could see that if it had to be duct tape on. Rubber band on the chimney, and it's probably on the backside, so she didn't see it.
Oh yeah, gosh, that's all right. Good, everything was fine. There's plenty of people with doctorate degrees and they're dipshits too. So don't hold,
That's true.
That's true.
What was nutty professor is absent-minded.
Remember what Dave used to say his dad's favorite saying about college degrees were? A college degree only makes an educated idiot.
Yeah. Well, some of them are smart. They go in.
Yeah.
They have the,
like my son-in-law. Went and got for a stupid degree that he wouldn't be able to use, and then turned it to didn't do his lab work his last year, and then had to change to a general education degree.
Oh, geez. Yeah, that's when you have to kind of go back and get something. Yeah. Does he, by chance, does he do IT?
No. He was working for not Idaho Supreme.
No, I know it's okay that you have a master's degree and you have dipshit moments, Hookah. It's okay. It doesn't reflect on your intelligence.
The way it is.
The way it is. It usually comes regularly with me, the art teacher. I have more dipshit moments, but I haven't created a bomb really. Unless you call the turkey that Thanksgiving.
Oh God, I hate. You mean I'm supposed to take the propane bottle out of the turkey before it goes in the oven? What? It's not on the instructions.
No, mine was I spatchcocked it because it was too big for my roaster. I spatchcocked it and then thought of this brilliant idea to put aluminum foil just right on the rack because I didn't have even a cookie sheet big enough for this thing.
Okay.
And then I put aluminum below. But, on the rack, I put a little edge for the fat.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, it smoked. We'll just say I had smoked turkey for my family that year, and the aluminum in the bottom of the oven melted to the oven itself.
Oh no!
It's a good thing I didn't burn down the house. And that was the first Thanksgiving Mom was here that I was cooking for her. I had never screwed up that big before on a holiday. Boy. I was like, Mom, I'm sorry. We're having smoked turkey this year. Unintentional smoke. It's got an unintentional smoky flavor.
Hey, Mom, how do you like my charcoal briquette flavored turkey? You know,
it might increase your dementia a little bit too, because the aluminum foil might have melted to it a little bit. I'm sorry, Mama. Oh dear. That should be your other channel, Uga. You should call yourself that, the Genius Prepper, and just do all like takes on things like that. Find all the
make it all comedy. All
comedy. All the oopses.
That would probably take off.
It would.
Genius, and you do shorts, a lot of shorts. You know, like the Red Green Show type prepper stuff.
Yeah, you can have people also submit for it too. Their mistakes, and if they videoed them.
Yeah, submit your videos. Submit your videos.
Yep. There you go, Hugo. Your Big Bucks channel right there. I just handed it to you on a melted aluminum platter. Yep. I still have to look at that melted aluminum every time I open my.
All right, thanks for coming in, Wayne. Yeah, it's time for me to head to bed too here now.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, 2.5 hours here. I'm gonna try something. I'm not sure I'm going to do it here.
Right.
I'm going to see what happens on Thursday. I may try if I don't stay up late Wednesday night, get up at 4:00 in the morning my time on Thursday and do a 24-hour live to 4:00 Friday morning.
Oh wow!
So, and like I found out, I have to break it up into segments. So it'll be a 6 hour.
Why not just do your Thursday?
It'll be part of the Thursday. The Midnight Ride will be part of that. So I'll start Thursday morning, run Pat through the Midnight Ride on to Friday morning.
Oh, okay. I thought you said Wednesday for some reason.
Yeah, we'll see Wednesday. I want to make sure I go to bed early, so I can get up Friday morning.
Okay.
And do it. So I got to see what's I got to do.
Kaylin's asking 6 a.m. Eastern?
Yes.
Wow.
So it'll be 6 a.m. Eastern. And then that way on Friday morning when I get done, it's like I'm going to bed. Get 4 hours sleep, then I can get back up and do stuff.
Yeah. That sounds cool.
Yeah.
And we'll probably flow in and out of it if we can. I can only do usually.
I know Star will probably flow in and out. Yossi will flow in and out.
I'll probably
gardening will come in and out.
I found him in my neighborhood. You have to see this. We have people putting up their Christmas lights like mad this year. And I found Yossi in one of the displays because we call him Yossi Bear. There he is celebrating Hanukkah in the front yard.
Right on. Cool. Right on.
It's cute though. Look at what they did. They had a Hanukkah house. Everybody around them had the Christmas decorations, and theirs was all blue and white, and they had all the Hanukkah stuff.
Cool. Very cool. All right. So tomorrow night.
Look at this one. You can't even see the house.
Oh wow!
That's my neighbor, just like
that's
2 doors down.
I saw from the NASA satellite. All right, we got a problem down here.
This is the guy that's going to bring traffic into our neighborhood beside another guy on the other street. And I'm like, great. That's going to be wonderful Christmas night. My whole neighborhood's going to be a bunch of strangers. It'll be cool though, I guess. But if we have to go anywhere, we're stuck.
Put a sign up. If you don't live here, your car must have Christmas lights on it.
Yeah.
You don't have Christmas lights, don't come in.
That's right.
Within a block or so of my place, I think there's only like 3 or 4 houses that have lights up because they all have little kids. The rest of us are about my age and stuff.
Well, what my neighborhood started doing was they started doing these contests, and it's like encouraging people to have like the best front yard, landscaping. Well, I guess they did one for Christmas because I've never seen Christmas like this start off so soon and so much like that one guy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Say what?
I didn't think about that, Jay. I could just have me up here. frozen for 15 minutes while I take a cat nap.
There you go. You should get like one of those cardboard cutouts of yourself. There you go.
Tomorrow night on Gray Man Prepping Tactical Tuesday, the topic is
I win. Great.
is must-have items you still need to get. So that's what we're going to talk about. Things that people are, oh crap, I forgot to get that. I still need that. Mm-hmm. So that's what the topic is tomorrow night.
Right?
Yeah.
Hope they're LEDs, Jay. Good golly, it's going to burn the whole block down. Otherwise, if they're all incandescent. Not to mention all that air that'll help them travel, the fire travel with all those hot air things they got.
Oh man. Yeah, the electric meters. Actually, he had a 220 3-phase or a 480 3-phase put in for all those lights.
Yeah, and I've seen the guy out there. He keeps like checking his yard. It's like, are you just looking for one more empty space? Like what else?
Kaylin said coffee. Kaylin said coffee. I think she's trying to give you a hint there. Gil,
I don't drink coffee. Okay. I don't drink it.
That's one thing you still have to get, Kaylin.
Caffeine?
Oh, you'll need coffee for that 24-hour. Yeah, he doesn't.
Yeah. But I do have a lot of hot chocolate.
There you go. Chocolate has theobromine in it. That's good alternative.
All right.
Theobromine. It's what dogs can't assimilate into their system, and that's why it'll kill them if they have too much.
Oh, okay.
Hi, guys.
So, everyone, if you're not subscribed to Bob or Carol or Laura when she was up here, make sure you hit them up. All righty. And we are going to end this and see you tomorrow night on Gray Man Prepping with an A.
All right.